Hi, welcome to Swiven Learning. Today I'm going to show you how to set up AWS Transit Gateway. First, let me tell you what is Transit Gateway. Transit Gateway is a cloud networking router which solves complexity while creating and managing multiple VPC peering connections at scale. Transit Gateway is a AWS managed service, so you don't need to worry about high availability and scalability. So without Transit Gateway, you can see how the VPC peering connections look like. So every VPC needed peering connection to other VPC to talk successfully. But with Transit Gateway, you can see how your network look like. So now you can see how easy to manage connections between VPCs at Transit Gateway level. And also Transit Gateway can associate with the VPCs along with the VPN connections. So you can create connectivity between VPCs and on-premises network. Before we jump onto the demo, I would like to tell you that I created two VPCs and I launched two EC2 instances, one in each VPC. So you can see my first VPC IP range with 10.248.0.0/17 and second VPC with IP range 10.248.128.0/17. So if I try to do telnet from my first EC2 instance to second EC2 instance, you can see it's not working. So these two VPCs are completely isolated and there is no connectivity between them. Now we can create a transit gateway and establish the connectivity between these two VPCs. So let's create a transit gateway. So to create transit gateway, navigate to the VPC console and select the transit gateways and click on to create transit gateway. So I'm creating a transit gateway with the name demo transit gateway, and I'm not selecting default routable association and default routable propagation. So this means if I select these two options, transit gateway automatically create a default route table and it automatically associate and propagate any transit gateway attachments that we create. Now I created transit gateway. So this is still in pending status and it will take a couple of minutes to become available. Okay, now my transit gateway is available. Now I'm going to create a transit gateway attachments. So here you can see there are three types of attachments. We can create one is VPC, another one is VPN, another one is peering connections. Now I'm selecting my transit gateway. I'm giving name to my transit gateway attachment. That is VPC1 attachment. I'm selecting my first VPC. So when you select VPC, it will ask you to select one subnet per availability zone. So this is for high availability. So I'm selecting two subnets in each availability zone. So now I'm creating a second VPC attachment. I'm giving name as the VPC2 attachment. I'm selecting my second VPC and it will ask you to choose the subnets. So I'm selecting default subnets. Now I created two VPC attachments for my both VPCs and now I'm creating transit gateway route table. Okay, my VPC attachments and route table are still in pending status, so it will take a couple of minutes. I'm going to pause my video and we'll come back once they are available. Now you can see my VPC attachments are available and also my transit gateway route table is available. To send traffic from VPC1 to VPC2, let's create association for VPC1 and the propagation for VPC2. So that means we can send the traffic from VPC1 to VPC2. Now for the return traffic, we have to do same thing. Let's associate VPC2, VPC attachment and propagate to the VPC1. So select the VPC1 attachment to propagate for the return traffic. Now I associated both VPCs. I also propagated my both VPCs. That means each VPC can send traffic to another VPC and vice versa. So after we create a transit gateway route table, now we have to send the traffic to transit gateway from our VPC. So let's select the VPC and add the route table entries for our subnets to send traffic to transit gateway. I created my VPC one EC2 instance in my public subnet. So I selected the public route table. So now I'm creating a route to transit gateway. I entered destination as my second VPC IP range and selected transit gateway as the target. So now if I send any traffic to 10.248.128.0/17, so it will go to the transit gateway. Now we will do same thing for second VPC for return traffic. I selected my second VPC. I have second EC2 instance in public subnets in second VPC. So I selected a public route table and I entered VPC1 IP range, which is 10.248.0/17 and selected transit gateway as the target. So now we created a transit gateway with route tables. Also we updated VPC route tables to send traffic to transit gateway. Now let's test the SSH connection from EC2 1 to ECT2. So now you can see SSH is working. That means we created connectivity between two VPCs using transit gateway. If you have any questions, ask them. I will do my best to answer. Thank you for watching this video.